First, there's playing dead, and I'm going to go over this one first because of all my time on the force. This was probably the most common way that people would try to get out of a ticket, or I should say the most common way that people successfully got out of a ticket. The way it would work is I would pull the driver over, approach the vehicle, and the driver would appear to be deceased, which, you don't really question because that would explain any erratic driving behavior that I might have pulled them over for. The EMTs would show up, declare the driver dead at the scene, family is notified, a service is held, and the driver is buried. It is only then, after the driver has been buried, that the driver then stops playing dead and proceeds to dig their way out of their own grave. Well, I would say I've fallen for this about 50 times, but I still would not recommend this because there have been a few times I've seen this happen where the family of the driver requests that the driver is cremated, which of course, never turns out well for the driver. Another way that you can avoid getting a ticket is by being an astronaut. A lot of people don't know this, but Earth cops actually have no jurisdiction in space whatsoever. So if you dress like an astronaut while you're driving, and you inform the officer that you are on important space business, they'll probably let you go with a warning. If you ever get pulled over, you can get out of a ticket simply by engaging the officer in a tickle fight. Police officers are trained to subdue suspects in a number of different ways, but tickling is not one of them. So that stereotype that we've all heard about police officers always losing tickle fights, there's some truth to it. Basically, you tickle the officer to the ground, and once he's down, you simply drive away. You just have to make sure you tickle him hard enough that he forgets the encounter altogether. You can also get out of a ticket by ingesting magical potions. I pulled a woman over, and as I was approaching her vehicle, she drank a magic potion. And by the time I got to her vehicle, she had fully transformed into a rhinoceros that was breathing fire because of the potion that she drank. And I'm man enough to admit that I did not issue the ticket simply because I was too terrified. Another time, I pulled over a man who, as I was speaking to him, he swallowed a potion that transformed his own genitals into horse genitals. It turns out he actually grabbed the wrong potion. He was reaching for a potion that would give him lightning powers, and he was going to use those powers to try and scare me or fight me off, something like that, but he grabbed the wrong one and he swallowed the horse genital potion. Why did he have the other potion? I don't know. I can't speak to that, but it made for a very uncomfortable conversation for the both of us, and I ended up not issuing the ticket really just because I felt bad for the guy. This is a very effective way to get out of a ticket. What you do is you convert the officer into an existential nihilist. And the reason why you do this is because once the officer understands that life has no intrinsic value, and that all attempts to assign life meaning are ultimately futile and absurd, the officer will realize that issuing you the ticket has precisely the same objective moral consequence as not issuing you the ticket, and will thus be disincentivized from issuing you the ticket. And it works. Every time I pulled someone over and they convinced me that nihilism was the only rational response to human existence, I not only let them get away with their traffic violation, I encouraged them to continue breaking traffic laws, because none of it matters.